He changed his whole approach in life. He went to medical school to become a neurosurgeon and to become a specialist with fighting brain cancer. Well, his dream came true. He accomplished that goal as he led, of course, Swedish Hospital to new heights in the understanding, the comprehension, and the treatment and the attacks on brain cancer. Sadly, 1 year to the day after doing my surgery, Dr. Foltz passed away at a very early age. It was shocking. However, he had already, with his genius, and he was truly a genius, had selected his replacement should something ever happen to him. So a little later on, we're going to be bringing his replacement up here to the stage. But in the meantime, he had a patient that is part of the energy of this brain walk today. That patient is here with us. She's lovely, she's in great health, and she's our Holly Zimmerman. Holly, please.
Thank you, Pat. Yes, my name is Holly Zimmerman, and I'm about 27 months out from my surgery with Dr. Foltz. I truly believe he changed my life. I think he's the best and only reason that I'm still standing here today, and we lost a hero. So give it up for Dr. Foltz for a minute. Anyone who's a patient, like myself, anyone who's a family member, a friend, or even 3 circles away from someone directly impacted by brain cancer probably knows of Dr. Foltz. I've never had another doctor who my acquaintances know by name and know what he's contributed. And I imagine that many of the people wearing a green shirt out there feel exactly the same, right? Yeah, it's totally unique. However, it strikes me as so miraculous, heroic, brave, genius that he was battling his own cancer journey while he was taking care of people like me and Pat and you and everyone out there in a green shirt. Not focusing on his own worries and fears, he just helped us get through it. And we lost a tremendous, tremendous superhero, in my opinion. However, he was looking out for us. He was looking out for us from day one. And not only did he contribute so much to research and a cure, which I believe is in sight, but he also worked to handpick his successor, Dr. Charles Cobbs. If you've met him and you're as impressed as I am, please give him a round of applause. There are so many people out there yet to be told you have a brain tumor. This is not rare. Do we all agree that this is not rare anymore? I know too many people, besides me. So, Dr. Charles Cobbs, please come up here to the stage. We believe in you and we are so happy you're here.
Thank you very much, Holly. And I just want to say thank you all so much for coming out. It's unbelievably inspiring for me to see all of these people coming out on a day that perhaps could have rained, but the sun did come out, and it's awe-inspiring. And I feel honored and humbled to be here. And one more word about Greg Foltz. I didn't realize Greg was picking me to come here when I sat with Greg and Catherine Ivy exactly a year ago, and we talked, and he said, please come up and look at the program at the Ivy Center at Swedish. Little did I know that he was sick at that time, and I came here with the expectation and the exciting feeling that I was going to be able to work with a genius and continue to collaborate with him. Unfortunately, he passed away the week I moved here in June. And suffice it to say that he has huge shoes to fill. And actually, after his memorial, my 8-year-old son came up to me and said, Daddy, did he have big feet? And he said, everybody kept saying he has big shoes to fill. You have big shoes to fill. So I am honored and thrilled to be here. I just wanted to say a few things. I'm wearing yellow because of the rain. And I also want to let you know that yellow is the color of hope. And if one thing that I've seen from the brain cancer walk is that it inspires people, it gives them a sense of hope, and it is started by Kim Hogel and Greg Foltz and friends and colleagues and patients to inspire hope. And I think if anything, there is a sense of hope here. I also wanted to quote one of my favorite quotes from Margaret Mead, which is, "A small group of thoughtful people with a good idea could change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." And I'm looking around and I'm seeing that this has gone from a small group of people on Mercer Island to 3,000 people here today. And believe me, I've been involved in brain cancer research at multiple universities around the country. UCSF is where I train in San Francisco, but I have never seen a group of people come together so inspired to put on the face of brain cancer and to put together a feeling of momentum to keep it going. And I wanted to tell you what that momentum is doing. Thanks to huge and generous contributions from Catherine Ivey and the Ben and Catherine Ivey Foundation, we have a center at Swedish Hospital, we have an excellent group at the University of Washington, and we're taking care of brain cancer people in the Pacific Northwest better, I think, than almost anywhere else in the world. The money that is raised by this walk goes to support incredible research that was ongoing and started by Dr. Foltz and others before I got here, and it should carry on into the future until we cure this disease. The money supports programs like an immunotherapy program we're developing at Swedish. The Ivey Center has put up to over $5 million from the Ben and Catherine Ivey Foundation into research doing high throughput drug screening for new compounds. We've discovered some compounds in the last year or two that we're going to test that may have potential for breakthrough. We've developed the largest biorepository for genetic testing of brain tumors in collaboration with a group in California at the Jackson Laboratory. We're doing individualized genetic analysis for personalized health care treatment for patients with brain tumors. And my background is I've always been interested in what causes these tumors. A dozen years ago, we began looking into the possibility of a viral link to glioblastoma, and our lab has evidence, and others around the world have had evidence that has led to new treatments with antiviral drugs and vaccines to this virus. And I'm thrilled to say my colleague in Sweden published 2 weeks ago in the New England Journal a study that suggests that maybe giving antiviral drugs can improve survival, and her small study suggests that she's increased the survival to 90% over 2 years for glioblastoma. These data are preliminary, but we're going to push that agenda and be the center of the United States for pushing that agenda. Finally, I want to tell you that just like Greg Foltz, I believe that you can't pursue anything in a silo, and Greg had the genius to reach out to all the institutions that are world-class in the Seattle area and beyond. And I want to thank all of these institutions who are collaborating with us to mobilize a group that can really make a change. Some of these include the Institute for Systems Biology here and Dr. Leroy Hood, the Ben and Catherine Ivey Foundation that you've heard about, the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Institute, the Allen Institute for Brain Cancer Science, for brain science, the Chris Elliott Foundation for glioblastoma. They have a huge group here, and I encourage anyone interested to go to their booth. They have a symposium on Friday at the Bellevue Club for all patients who are invited. Axiom Biosciences, Jackson Laboratory, and the University of Washington, where we're collaborating on the drug screening study. And that's my segue to introduce a neuro-oncologist at the University of Washington who has worked with many of the patients here, Dr. Machi Mrugala, and I would like to invite him up to give a talk for a minute, and then I'll come back in a second.
Thank you, Dr. Cobbs. Hello, everyone, and congratulations on the walk. Well done. Everyone did really, really well. As Dr. Kopp said, my name is Maciej Mrugawa. I am the Chief of the Division of Neuro-Oncology at the University of Washington and the SCCA, and also an Executive Co-Director of Medical Neuro-Oncology at the University of Washington Medical Center. And I would like to really welcome everyone here today, particularly our patients, their families, and their friends. It is really special for us to be here, and Seattle Cancer Care Alliance is privileged and excited to be a part of the Seattle Brain Cancer Walk. I want to give a special welcome to SCCA team, those gals and guys in gray hats, if you can find them in the crowd. Their hats look similar to mine, so hi guys, you did a great job, thank you. As Dr. Kopp was saying, this walk is a very unique event. It really allows all of us, and by all of us I mean patients, doctors, families, nurses, everybody that takes care of patients with brain cancer, to reflect, to remember, to really have hope that research and progress in brain cancer, to battle brain cancer is really being done. And it's really quite an exciting time for brain cancer research in Pacific Northwest. We were really blessed by having amazing pioneers in the field of neuro-oncology in our city that really set the foundations for all the efforts. And one such a pioneer was Dr. Alexander Spence, who you may have known, who have really treated hundreds of patients with brain cancer at the University of Washington over several decades. He was an amazing doctor, an amazing human being, an amazing researcher, and we all remember his legendary dedication to our patients and the field of neuro-oncology. We also had Dr. Greg Foltz, who trained at the University of Washington and then started a very successful program at Swedish. And he's actually the reason why we are all here today. So thank you, Greg, for starting this walk. I think we have really a great obligation to carry on the legacy of our colleagues, both Dr. Spence and Dr. Foltz, and continue working really hard on finding a cure for brain cancer and provide the best possible care for all the patients in the Pacific Northwest. As I mentioned before, it is a very exciting time for brain research in our region, and this is for several reasons. Not only that we have recently acquired world-class physicians and scientists such as Dr. Kopp and Dr. Holland at SCCA, but we are developing a lot of new therapies. At the university, for example, we're working on gene therapy for brain cancer, and we have already had quite a success with this treatment, with our longest surviving patient now being over 5 years without progression. We are also testing brain tumor vaccines and looking sort of outside the box at novel treatments such as tumor treating fields. So there's really a lot to be done, but a lot is already happening. And really, I believe truly that it's not about where you get your treatment, it's about finding a cure for brain cancer. We have a long way to go, but we need to stay on target and really persevere in our efforts. And one way to enhance that development of therapies is collaboration, and I strongly believe that we can accomplish more if we can combine our efforts and our resources to really find a cure for brain cancer. So I look forward to future collaborations with Ivy Center for Advanced Tumor Treatment, and again I truly believe that together we can stop brain cancer. Thank you for your attention, and back to Dr. Kopp.
Thank you very much, Maci. So one last kind of thing I wanted to say is this has been a really incredible experience for me. There are so many amazing, talented people here around the walk who are musicians. There's a sense of fun, a sense of play. And putting this all together and trying to process it, it reminds me of something someone told me one time, that cats don't play, they practice fighting. And in this scenario, I think what's going on is everyone is out here supporting and with a playful spirit, but there's no question that this is a serious business. We are here, and everyone here is fighting, and we're fighting for something more important than any cause that I know of, which is individual survival of ourselves, our friends, our family members, and you've all come out to support that. And I want you to know that just walking through the tent of honor, I was just taken aback by the sense of urgency and seriousness that our cause has. And I want you to know, as the new director taking over in the helm for Dr. Foltz, you have 110% of my effort. And my goal is very clear, and we've laid it out with my group with a mission statement based on some of the preliminary emerging treatments. Our goal is clearly to quadruple survival for glioblastoma in the next 5 to 7 years. And I'm going to focus like a laser beam on that goal every day. And I want you to know that the money that is raised from this walk, 100% of it goes to research. None of it goes to administrators or is wasted, and I'm going to see to it that 100% of your efforts are put on that fight that we're fighting for, because we don't have a lot of time and we have a huge sense of urgency. Finally, I just wanted to thank, and I'm profoundly thankful to the organizers and the people who have started this, Kim Hogel and all the organizers, Anner, Nan, Judy, Deb, Cammie, Kim, Mercer, Colleen, Molly, Randy, all of the people who have helped put this walk on every year. I'm just profoundly humbled and amazed by the work you've done, and I've never seen anything like it, and I'm so proud and happy to be part of it. Thank you all so much. And finally, thank you for the patients who made this all possible, and we're going to have a little patient get together at the end in front, so handing it back to you. Thank you.
Get over. All right, second largest team this year with 132 members is Team Defeat Goliath. 132 strong. Can you guys send your captain up here to the front of the stage? Team CEP Defeat Goliath. Give them a hand. If you can go right down here, we're going to get a picture here in a second. And then our largest team of the year with 138 members, Lara's team. Send a captain up here. We want to get a picture with you guys. 138 strong. That is awesome.
Ron, can I interrupt you for a second? Would all of the survivors with their light green shirts come forward quickly? We want a picture of you at the front of the stage here. If you'd come forward, then Ron, you can continue with your...
All right, if you have a light green shirt on, make your way to the front of the stage, and we're gonna, if you can get up on the riser, our photographer is gonna situate you on the riser. So, can we give these guys a hand? This is an amazing accomplishment. Survivors, including Pat O'Day, we're gonna squeeze him in there. If you can get on the riser in 3 levels, and squish together as much as possible. If you have the light green shirt on, make your way to the front, and you want them to make a 3rd row if you can, and so we can hopefully squeeze everybody in here. If you can make, if you're still coming up forward, just get in that front row. If you have a light green shirt on, make your way to the front here. A couple more are making their way up. And then we're going to take a couple pictures here. And then we're going to talk about who raised the most money.
Where's our photographer?
He's right here in the orange shirt.
Oh, good.
All right. Everybody right here, look at the man in the orange shirt holding the camera up. And then on the count of 3, everybody say cheese. 1, 2, hold on, one more. Where are we at? We're waiting here for 1 second. Stand by. Where's our, are we ready? Okay, everybody sort of squeeze uncomfortably close towards the center. Take a little baby steps towards the center, and cheese, and 1, 2, 3. A couple more right here at the camera with the orange shirt. 1, 2, 3. And then everybody wave at the camera here real quick. There we go. All right. Give these guys a hand. This is what we're here for. This is why we fight. This is why we're inspired. This is why We love these folks so much. Thank you guys, you're inspirations to everybody else. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You guys are our heroes. And we'll see everybody on the stage here next year, right? For the walk, you got it.